my dog. Uh, my dog was a part of an abandoned litter of puppies, and my family adopted it. And uh, my dog probably only has a couple days left. Probably only has a couple days left, which is sad for me, very sad for me. I'm very sad about the fact that my dog only has a couple days left. My dog is using the energy that it has left to try to act normal. It used to always like to jump up on its hind legs and, lick my face and stuff like that. It was trying to do that before I left to run this errand. It's trying to get energy up when it can to stand in its usual spot, and had a spot where it used to like to watch people come and go throughout the day, because the sidewalk was right next to the fence. And my dog is using the energy it has left to try to act normal, and that is sad. So it's sad. so time for some Uncle Fran Man Diaz Junior Mints. Oh, look at me. Hold on. Look at how dumb I am. This whole time, they've been engineering a little side pocket for me to pop in here for easy dispensing. Perhaps also for easy tincturing, maybe, if I'm lucky. Let's try our luck. Now that we have the hidden pocket open here. They've been hiding a pocket on me this whole time. Let's see how this does. For easy dispensing, it says. And something that I've been getting into, this is my new meta strategy. I've been getting into this a little bit. Just to make sure that less of it goes into the cardboard. Because you know me, I'm economic with my lacing, with my tincturing, with my Joey Diazing. So now I'm just gonna put it per piece and make sure that none goes to waste. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a frugal man. These are hard economic times, and my dog is one of the only things that cared about me, and it's only got a couple days left, so I got another one here. So we're putting like a drop per piece, and you may think, see, we're putting like a drop per piece, but we're making sure none goes to waste. We're making sure all of it hits the gullet. You know what I'm saying? Alright, we got another one down the hatch here. Alright. Alright, so none of that. None of that RSO went to waste, which is good because I am in very poor spirits. I'm in very poor spirits, so I need no waste with my RSO tincture. So we're going to try to work through. We're going to try to work through another dropper here, but we're going no waste strategy. All right. So we're dropping it right out of the dropper on each individual junior mint, ensuring that none of it goes to waste. Alright, we got one here. This is the no waste strat right here. Alright, boom, dropped it on there. Boom, dropped it on. Alright. Boom, drop it on. So the method to the madness here is that it needs fat to bond to. The method to the madness here is that the tinctures need the fat to bond to, okay? And the tinctures having the junior mints to cling to helps deliver it through the body, okay? Alright. Another junior mint. So the method to the madness is that the tinctures chemically need the junior mint to get through my body and to get to my brain and to get me high. And I'm very sad and upset right now because my dog is one of the only things in the world that loves and cares about me, and my dog only has a couple days left before it will perish from cancer. So I'm consuming the THC tincture junior mints. To deal with how sad and upset I am at my dog's health, because my dog is one of the only things that loves and cares about me. And I'm going to be even more sad and alone without my dog. And that makes me sad and lonely, and no one cares. And that makes me sad. So, because my dog is going to pass away soon, and that makes me really sad, like in a couple days, because my dog is anemic, and it could pass away just from sleeping because my dog is anemic because it has cancer. I am putting THC tinctures on my junior mints. Because I'm really sad that my dog is dying and I'm going to be alone and poor. I'm going to be poor and alone because my dog is dying from cancer and no one loves me. So that's why I'm putting RSO tinctures on my junior mints. I'm going to start cracking the shell a little bit, and I'm going to try to get the tincture in the chocolate shell. Alright, crack the shell a little bit. Crack the shell a little bit. There we go. Then I'm going to drip it on the crack. I have dripped it on the crack. Whoa. That one busted a bit hard. That one wasn't smooth. That one wasn't done with surgical precision. Alright, so I'd say that's definitely more economical. That's definitely more economical. I didn't even go through the whole box of Junior Mints. That's how economical that was compared to the other methodologies that I have used. I still have tincture left. That's how economical that was. And I'm gonna put it up. I'm gonna put it up in the venom. I'm gonna venom it up, Morty. I'm gonna venom it up, Morty. Venom energy drink is for people who are chronically depressed like me. All right, we gotta. That one went right in the venom. Morty! Okay. Now let's get a bit more. Let's polish off the Junior Mints too. Let's polish off the Junior Mints before we get going. I don't care what anyone says. That was pretty efficient. As far as low waste, that was pretty efficient. Dispersal methodology there. All right. I'm not here to go back and forth with a window licker that wants to make fun of a dog dying. I'm pretty sure everyone's thoroughly aware and agrees that if you got kirkinated in broad daylight, that no one would be very upset about it. I think everyone unanimously agrees that someone that's trying to make a joke of a dog passing away from cancer is someone that should be go the way of the Kirk in broad daylight. That goes without saying. So, and you could say, see, here's why I don't agree with the term rage bait. This is why I think the term rage bait is symptomatic of the fact that we people should follow suit in doing the Fran man and smacking as many people that use the word lolcow as you can. We need to make the word lolcow the new N-word, not in the sense that it needs to be viewed as like a racial slur or anything like that. We need to view lolcow as the new N-word in the sense that it should legally be a fighting word, and I should legally be allowed to slap you and get away with it if you call me a lolcow. The lolcow should be the new N-word in the sense that you should legally, there should be a legal precedent set to as to where I'm allowed to smack anyone that calls me a lolcow if they do it within smacking distance. If someone is within smacking distance and they call me a lolcow, I should be able to smack them, and they shouldn't be able to take me to court over it, and the state shouldn't be able to prosecute me for it. Because people are using it as a fighting word. Like, people are using it as a fighting word. And if you want to use it as a fighting word, then I should have legal immunity and I should be able to smack you. If you're using it as a fighting word, you should not be able to. That's basically entrapment. Like, if you use a fighting word against me and then you arrest me for fighting you. So we should. There's already a legal precedent for the N-word being a fighting word, but we should also bring back legal protection if someone says a fighting word. So, like, if someone says a fighting word to you, then you should be able to slap them if they're within slapping distance. And you shouldn't be able to get prosecuted for it. And lolcow is one of those words. And, that's what we need to do. We need to start slapping these people who think that they live in a society where they can't get slapped. We should start giving people legal immunity if someone's saying a fighting word to them, because this would help a lot of things. Number one, this would make non-pale people chill out if they started actually getting slapped by pale people. If non-pale people started actually with legal immunity, like if fighting words were a thing, if we brought back legal immunity for someone saying fighting words, this would help in a lot of ways. This would help with respect between pale people and non-pale people, because if non-pale people started getting smacked by pale people more often, then they would wash their mouth around pale people. And if pale people were allowed to get away with slapping non-pale people that didn't have weapons on them, and they didn't run and get their weapons, and if they got prosecuted for using if non-pale people got prosecuted more for using weapons against pale people, and if pale people had legal immunity when it comes to being able to slap non-pale people when they use fighting words, then that would create a lot of respect. That would create a lot of respect, because an armed society is a polite society, And the only way that pale people are going to get respect from non people is if we slap them on camera when they use fighting words against us, and then if non-pale people are barred from using weapons against pale people in response, and if they get arrested and prosecuted accordingly for using weapons against pale people. So if this happened in the United States, this is why I need to be president, because I could change things overnight in this country. I could gain pale people a lot of respect overnight, and it starts by giving pale people legal immunity and permission to slap non-pale people for calling pale people lolcows, the same way that there was a legal precedent set in the past to where non-pale people were allowed to slap pale people for saying the N-word. So if we give pale people that same legal immunity, but they're allowed to slap non-pale people for using the word lolcow, then that would gain pale people a lot of respect instantly overnight, and that would solve a lot of racial tensions. Because a lot of the racial tensions in this country stem from the lack of respect that non-pale people have for pale people, and if non-pale people showed pale people more respect by getting smacked by pale people, then things would change in this country overnight. And I could make that change happen if I were the president. If I was the president of this nation, I could make that change happen, and that would happen overnight, and this country would look a lot different. The same way that I would start arresting the people that employed the illegal immigrants. Another thing I would do that would change things overnight in this country is I would start arresting the people that did the global advertising campaigns to begin the mass illegal immigration in the first place. I would start arresting the people that hired them, and I would start arresting the people and government agencies that started doing the global advertising campaigns to incentivize this mass immigration and exploiting of taxpayer aid money. So that's another thing that can be done to instigate change overnight, is to start arresting the people that employed these illegal immigrants for decades. That's a crucial step of the process that is being missed, is that we are not arresting the people that employed these illegal immigrants and continue to employ these illegal immigrants. We are not arresting the military that transported these illegal immigrants. We are not arresting the government employees that transported these illegal immigrants for decades and decades to their court hearings, to their taxpayer-funded hotel rooms and apartments. We're not arresting the governments and school boards that accommodated these illegal immigrants. I don't know why we're not arresting the governments and school boards that accommodated these illegal immigrants for decades. But there's a lot of crucial steps of the process when it comes to accountability that we're missing out on when it comes to who should be arrested regarding this illegal immigration. It is not just the illegal immigrants that should be arrested. We need to arrest the public and private sector people in the United States and globally that facilitated this mass illegal immigration. We need to arrest the corporations and the small businesses and the contractors and the farmers. There's a lot of arresting that we're not doing regarding this decades and decades of illegal immigration, but I don't know why all of these so-called mouthpieces in politics are brushing over this. I'm not too sure why all of these political mouthpieces that are supposedly anti-immigration are brushing right over this, but we're missing out on a lot of crucial steps in the process when it comes to who needs to be arrested regarding this mass illegal immigration. And that includes the employers, the government officials that were doing these global advertising campaigns. These global advertising campaigns that incentivized this illegal immigration and abuse of the taxpayer-funded aids and grants. Those people need to be arrested. Your school boards need to be arrested for accommodating these illegal immigrants. Your military needs to be arrested. Your military, your police, the people that were doing this transporting of the illegal immigrants need to be arrested. Your government subsidized farmers need to be arrested for employing these illegal immigrants. I just want to know how Big Bad ICE can roll up to these workplaces and arrest the illegal immigrants without arresting the business owner. Why are all of these Big Bad ICE agents arresting just the illegal immigrants and not the employers of the illegal immigrants? Why is that going on? Why is that going on? I just want to know why that's going on. Why are all of these Big Bad ICE agents arresting just the illegal immigrants and not the business owners that hired them? Why aren't they arresting the government subsidized farmers that hired them? I just want to know why that's not going on. Seems a little corrupt if you ask me. Seems a little corrupt if you ask me. Why am I not seeing government subsidized farmers in handcuffs? Why am I not seeing construction contractors in handcuffs? Why am I not seeing bilingual Latino construction contractors in handcuffs for hiring hundreds and hundreds of these illegal immigrants? Why am I not seeing government employees in handcuffs for facilitating this mass illegal immigration for decades and decades and blocking all attempts to enforce the law? Why are the owners of cleaning companies not being handcuffed alongside the illegal immigrants that they employed? I just want to know when I'm going to see maid service, the owner of a maid service, get arrested and walked out in handcuffs by ICE agents. When is that going to happen? When are the government subsidized farmers going to be put in handcuffs by ICE agents? I could think of a few places around here where the business owners need to be put in handcuffs by ICE. Why is that not happening? Is it because Carmine Marcino doesn't want it to happen? Is it because the FBI and Carmine Marcino don't want the business owners that hired the hundreds and hundreds of illegal immigrants instead of me? I could have a wife and kids if Carmine Marcino did his job. If Carmine Marcino did his job, and if ICE did their job, and they arrested these business owners that hired these illegal immigrants for decades, then I could have a wife and kids and I could be paid enough money. But all of you bitch-ass motherfuckers that get slapped up by me all the time in Thrill of the Fight 2, all of you pussy-ass motherfuckers that use the word lolcow that I slap around for hours and hours in Thrill of the Fight 2 because you're too afraid to spar me on stream, so I can't slap you around for hours and hours on stream in boxing sparring because you're too pussy to show up and spar me in real life, so I slap you around for hours and hours in VR boxing instead. I could think of a few of you pussy-ass motherfuckers that hired illegal immigrants that need to be put in handcuffs. So, why is that not happening? Why is that not happening? Oh, is it because Donald Trump hired illegal immigrants? Is it because Donald Trump hired illegal immigrants? Is that why it's not happening? Is it because we'd have to put Donald Trump in handcuffs because Donald Trump hired illegal immigrants? Is that why we're not putting the people in handcuffs that hired the illegal immigrants? I could think of a few. I could think of a few businesses around here that hire illegal immigrants that ICE should, stop by. I could think of a few businesses around here that hire illegal immigrants because, you know me, I've been an unskilled laborer since I got out of high school because Carmine Marcino can't do his job, so this place is in economic turmoil. Because the FBI and Carmine Marcino can't do their jobs, so this place is crime riddled, and the businesses here are a joke, and there's no labor laws or unions here. Because the FBI and Carmine Marcino can't do their job, and Carmine Marcino is the only one that wants to be in the union here, and he doesn't want anyone else to be in the union. So because FBI and Carmine Marcino can do their fucking jobs and they're busy finger popping each other's buttholes instead of making the economy good, this place is overrun by what's it called? This place is overrun by businesses that are inhabited by illegal immigrants, and it doesn't take long to figure that out. It doesn't take long to figure that out. It takes about a 15-minute stroll around Lee County, Florida to figure out that this place is crawling with illegal immigrants, which is a result of the incompetence of the FBI and Carmine Marcino and ICE. And ICE wants you to think that this mediocre job they're doing. Because you mean to tell me that they have all this money and they got a drop in the bucket of the illegal immigrants out of here? You have a drop in the bucket of the total illegal immigrants that occupy this place. You have a drop in the bucket of the total illegal immigrants that occupy this place actually arrested, down to the point that I guarantee you your schools are still accommodating illegal immigrants. I guarantee you your school systems are still accommodating and paying, they're paying people to come interrupt your children's learning experience by having someone periodically interrupt the classroom to speak to people that couldn't be fucked to learn English in Spanish in your children's classrooms. Tell me how you would have gotten mocked out of my elementary school back in the 2000s. You would have gotten mocked out of my elementary school if you tried to have someone come into the class to interrupt the class to speak in Spanish. If back in the 2000s, if you tried to accommodate these illegal immigrants back in the 2000s by sending a motherfucker to interrupt the classroom to speak to people that don't speak English and Spanish, to speak to children that don't speak English and Spanish, we would have mocked you out of the classroom. We would have mocked you and the children out of the classroom. We would have mocked the translator out of the classroom. We would have mocked the Mexican children out of the classroom. And there wouldn't have been a damn thing you could have done to stop it. You would have had to have fucking expelled us from the public school system back in the 2000s if you were going to try to interrupt my fucking learning experience to speak to people that can't be fucked to learn English and Spanish in the middle of the class. That would have never happened in the 2000s. We would have fucking mocked you out of the classroom if you tried to do that shit. So but I guarantee you that's still happening. I guarantee you they're still accommodating illegal immigrants in the fucking public school system. But that would have never happened. That would have never happened when I was a kid. We would have mocked you out of the fucking classroom. I haven't read a joke that was funny in this chat ever. This is the least funny chat on the internet. I could use some chatters that are actually funny. This is why we need to slap people that use the word lolcow, because they're just not funny, they're annoying and gay. People that use the word lolcow have been the most detrimental thing to comedy because they're the least funny people. The internet is plagued with a lack of funniness, and the internet is plagued by people that don't like to have fun, and my chat is proof of that. My chat is proof that the internet is plagued by unfunny people that hate fun. They hate fun and they hate things that are actually funny. That is, and my chat is proof of that. My chat is proof that we need to slap people that use the word lolcow, and we need to be legally protected for doing so. We need to set a legal precedent where lolcow is a fighting word, and we're allowed to slap people that use the word lolcow, because if you use the word lolcow, you're allergic to things that are actually funny. People that use the word lolcow are allergic to things that are actually funny, and that's why I'm able to slap them around like they're like they're made out of paper. I'm able to slap people that use the word lolcow around on stream so often as if they're made out of paper, because people who use the word lolcow are allergic to things that are actually funny. I've never seen someone that uses the word lolcow say something that's actually funny in my chat. I'm the only one that says things that are actually funny when this stream is on, and my chat is the least funny thing on the internet. If I sent my chat to a stand-up comedy club, every single one of them would bomb. Every single one of them would bomb because they're incapable of thinking anything that is funny. I've never seen a single person in my chat type something that's funny, which is why I ban all of them. Because you're the least funny thing on the internet. You're the least funny thing on the internet, and you've never typed anything that's funny in your life. You've never typed anything that's funny in your life. You've never thought of anything that's funny. If I sent you to a stand-up comedy club, you would be booed out of the club because you've never thought of anything that's even remotely funny. You're an example of why people that use the word lolcow need to be slapped, and you're an example of why I slap people that use the word lolcow around so easily as if they're made out of paper on stream often. That is primarily what I do on streams now, is slap people that use the word lolcow around because you're weak and you're not funny. You're allergic to typing things that are funny. You're literally allergic to typing things that are funny. Which is why people think the internet is dead. People think the internet is dead because you're allergic to typing things that are funny. You've never typed anything that's funny. You're the least funny thing on the internet. I see you haven't come up with anything that's funny yet. Well, you're allergic to success, unlike me, so that makes sense. It would make sense that you're incapable of typing things that are actually funny, considering that you're allergic to success, which is why you've never been the best in the world at anything like me. See, I've accomplished more than you ever will in life. You're not one to talk about social status because you'll never reach the heights that I have, seeing as how I'm the best boxer in the world. I'm the best VR boxer in the world, and I slap people that use the word lolcow around like you, which other people need to follow suit in doing so, because you people are allergic to comedy, and you're allergic to things that are actually funny, and you've been poisoning the internet with your unfunniness for decades now. So we need to start slapping people that use the word lolcow like you in public, because you've never have or will reach the success of the people that you criticize. You never have nor will reach the success or heights of the people that you criticize, which is why we need to start slapping people that use the word lolcow like you in public, because you're allergic to comedy and you're a bane on internet culture. You are the least funny thing on the internet, and you have ruined the internet with your lack of funniness, and you're allergic to fun. Your incessant need to attack anyone that you see having fun or being more talented than you has made the internet a place that is depressing and not fun. So we should start slapping people that use the word lolcow like you in public anytime you start saying it. And we should be legally protected for doing so. It should be legally classified as a fighting word, and we should set a legal precedent to where we have legal immunity from prosecution for slapping people that use the word lolcow like you, because people that use the word lolcow like you are allergic to fun, and you've been poisoning the internet with your lack of funniness and your incessant need to attack anyone that is more talented than you or anyone that is capable of having more fun than you. And if you make me president, I could enact these changes and many more overnight and make the world a better place. Rid of people that use the word lolcow, and rid of people that have an incessant need to try to make the internet not fun. Do you want the internet to be fun again? Start slapping people that use the word lolcow in public. If you know anyone that uses the word lolcow, if you're friends with someone that uses the word lolcow and you go over to their house often, set up jumping them with a group of people. If they have things that you want to take, set up jumping them with a group of friends and take what you want from them after beating the shit out of them. Are you a young person that hangs out with people at their homes? Do your friends have things that you want to take? If you have friends and you go over to their house and they use the word lolcow, get your other friends. Set up going to the friend that uses the word lolcow's house, beat the shit out of them, and then take what you want from their house. This is how you enact change in society. And tell them you did it because they use the word lolcow. And because people that use the word lolcow are allergic to having fun. They're allergic to comedy, and they're jealous of people that are more talented than them, which is why they use the word lolcow. If you know someone that uses the word lolcow and you're more talented than them, odds are they talk shit about you behind your back because they're jealous of your talent. If you know someone that uses the word lolcow and you're more talented than them, know that they're conspiring behind your back because they're jealous that you're more talented than them. If you're young and you're friends with someone that uses the word lolcow, jump them with a group of people and take what you want from them. If you're young enough to still go over to people's houses and you know someone that uses the word lolcow, jump the person in your friend group that uses the word lolcow and take what you want from them. They won't suspect a thing. They're socially oblivious because they use the word lolcow. If someone uses the word lolcow, they're socially oblivious because um, they don't realize the purity spiral that the word lolcow creates. Okay? People that use the word lolcow are ignorant fools that don't realize the sociological purity spiral that the word lolcow creates. So they're a gullible fool. So if you are a true dark triad sigma male, what's it called, antediluvian king, if you're a real antediluvian king, what you're going to do if you have a friend in your social group that uses the word lolcow, okay, think of them as a zombie, okay? They're infected. You can't save them. You can't save them from the infection of falling into the trap and purity spiral of using the word lolcow. So you have an Eric Cartman in your social group. If you have a friend that uses the word lolcow, you have an Eric Cartman in your social group, and you need to beat the Eric Cartman into making the Tenderman chili, okay? So the Eric Cartman of your social group, that being your friend that uses the word lolcow, okay, they're going to try to make Tenderman chili before you. And you need to beat the Eric Cartman to making the Tenderman chili. So what you need to do is you need to get the rest of your friend group together, and you need to tell them that the Eric Cartman that uses the word lolcow of your social group is infected by a zombie virus. Okay? He's infected by a zombie virus. He's too stupid to realize the purity spiral, the sociological purity spiral that the word lolcow makes. Okay? And what you need to do is you need to jump the Eric Cartman of your group. You need to lull the Eric Cartman of your group into a false sense of security. And then you need to beat the shit out of the Eric Cartman of your group. And then anything that he has that you would like to take possession of, you should do so after you beat the shit out of him. If you are a young person and there is someone in your social group that uses the word lolcow, they do not realize that they are contributing to a sociological purity spiral that is destroying comedy and fun on the internet. Okay? The Eric Cartman of your social group that uses the word lolcow does not realize that they are contributing to the death of the internet, that they are contributing to a sociological purity spiral on the internet that is killing comedy and fun on the internet. And what you need to do is you need to plot jumping and stealing from the Eric Cartman of your social group that uses the word lolcow. Okay? You need to be like, yo, let's hang out, Eric Cartman of my social group. We got a couple of the fellas. Me and a couple of the fellas are coming over to your crib, Eric Cartman. Okay? And then you need to lull them into a false sense of security. And then you need to beat the shit out of the Eric Cartman of your social group. You need to beat the shit out of the Eric Cartman of your social group and then take what you want from them. So again, anyone in your social group that uses the word lolcow, ostracize them, okay? Ostracize them. Give them a bad reputation within your social group if you work with them. get them fired because they're trying to get other people fired. If you work with someone that uses the word lolcow and you have the ability to get them fired, get them fired. If you work with someone that uses the word lolcow and you have the ability to get them fired, get them fired. I've done that before. I found out that someone that I used to work with watches the Chris Chan documentary series, the one by whatever the hell his name is. That Chris Chan documentary. Someone when I was a boss, when I was in charge, the one time that I was in charge where I worked, when I was the boss man, where I worked, I found out someone watches that Chris Chan documentary, and I got him fired. I got them fired from their job. So you need to do the same. Get people fired if they participate in that culture. They're not going to hesitate to do the same to you. They didn't hesitate to get me fired. So I got them fired. If you know someone that watches, get them fired. They're going to do the same to you. This is war, people. This is war. Slap them. If they use the word lolcow, slap them. Have sex with their girlfriend. Get them fired. Hit them over the head with a bowling pin. Throw a golf ball at them. Shoot them with an airsoft gun. Shoot them with a paintball gun. Shoot them with frozen paintballs. Hit their sister over the head with a rolling pin. Yes, that is called wartime propaganda. Thank you. That is called wartime propaganda. Thank you. Because you look bad. Do better. A morally better person. You're not half as talented as me. You're not half as talented as me. You're not the best VR boxer in the world. And you never will be. You'll never be the best VR boxer in the world, buddy. You're never going to be the best VR boxer in the world, buddy. It's not going to happen. You're not as talented as me. Okay? And listen, young people. Listen to me, young people. Don't be like these buffoons, okay? If you've been led here by these buffoons, you've been led here by someone that is a weakling. They don't realize they're contributing to a sociological purity spiral. This isn't a world you want to live in. You don't want to live in these people's world. Okay? These people don't appreciate talent. Okay? These people don't appreciate talent. Okay? My pinky is more talented than all of these people. My pinky's more talented than all of these people. These people don't even want to work. These people don't even want to work. These people can't even work. Have you seen how these people look? They can't even work a job. They can't even work a job. They can't. They can't do it. So, I'm the best VR boxer in the world. You need to listen to me. I'm not leading you astray. These people are leading you astray. These people are leading you. These people are in a death cult. Okay, these people are in a death cult. These people are trying to spread a sociological purity spiral that is led by kangaroo court nonsense. There's not an ounce of fairness or social cohesion to be found in this death cult that these people are trying to lead you into. And I'm the best VR boxer in the world, and you need to listen to me. What you need to do is if you know anyone that uses the word lolcow and you're able to sleep with their girlfriend, you need to sleep with their girlfriend. You need to get them fired from their job. If you have the authority to send these people to a CIA black site, you need to send these people to a CIA black site and then have like diversity hire female shove a flashlight inside of them in a CIA black site. If you have the ability to debank these people, you should debank these people. If you have the ability to call in a drone strike on these people's families, you should do that. If you know how to get a hold of like some sort of military gunship that can fly like 5,000 feet above these people's houses and then shoot like a cannon at their house that'll make a comical explosion out of their house, you should do that. And I mean if these people live in the U.S. or not. I don't care if this happens in the U.S. or not. These are the things you should be doing to these people. These are the things you should be doing to these people, and you should do it to their entire families. If you know how to make unfortunate accidents happen to these people's businesses, I don't care how big these people's businesses are, you should do that to these people's businesses. I mean, any like sabotage entire construction projects that these people are even tangentially related to, you know, open these people's bacon. Like if you're delivering these food to these people's houses, like open their bacon and like wipe your butt with their bacon and then give it to them to eat. I mean, there's really nothing you shouldn't do to these people. Like literally go to actual war with these people. Deconstruct these people's governments. Deconstruct their families. Deconstruct their businesses. Deconstruct their churches. There's really nothing that's off limits with these people. And I'm the one not leading you astray here. I'm the one with an actual shred of talent here, and these are the people that condone animal abuse. These are the people that have no fairness. These are the people that are trying to lead a death cult. These are the people that are trying to lead you astray. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as I'm not trying to lead you astray, and these people are trying to lead you astray. These people don't believe in fairness and common decency. I believe in fairness and common decency. And that's what it comes down to at the end of the day. What it comes down to at the end of the day is, do you believe in fairness and common decency, or do you not believe in fairness and common decency? Because these people don't believe in fairness and common decency. These people can't even participate in a fair competition. These people have had years to participate in a fair competition with me, and the best they can do is attempting to cheat against me in VR boxing and losing. Okay, do you understand how pathetic it is that by the hundreds, these people with the word lolcow in their vocabulary have been cheating in a simulation of boxing against me and still losing, because it's not possible to cheat in VR boxing. But they've been attempting to. These people have been attempting to cheat in a simulation of boxing, not even MMA, boxing. Okay, do you understand how sad it is? I know how to wrestle, so we're eliminating what I actually know how to do, and we're doing what I don't know how to do, as well as wrestling, which is boxing. So these people have been losing to me by the thousands in VR boxing, and they're trying to cheat in VR boxing, and they're still losing to me in VR boxing. These are the people with the word lolcow in their vocabulary. So if that's not proof that these people are a part of a death cult and a sociological purity spiral, I don't know what to tell you, but these people are a part of a death cult and a sociological purity spiral, and they're leading you astray spiritually, philosophically, and every single way. These people are leading you astray. These people hate strength. These people hate individual strength. These people hate individualism. These people hate the nuclear family. These people hate fairness. These people don't believe in fairness. These people don't believe in you getting paid in the standard paid the standard of living. These people don't want you to have a roof over your head. These people don't want you to have a wife and kids, okay? And you can try in every way to act like it isn't what it is, but this is a death cult. This is a sociological purity spiral, and these people are leading you astray, and I'm not leading you astray. And you need to slap these people. You need to slap their mom. You need to slap their dad. You need to slap their grandma. Okay, you need to fire these people's grandma from their job. You need to fire these people's mom from their job. You need to fire these people's dad from their job. Okay, you need to have sex with these people's girlfriend. Okay, there's nothing that's off limits with these people, because there's nothing that's off limits when it comes to you. These people don't think anything is off limits when it comes to you, so why should anything be off limits with them? Nothing should be off limits with these people. They don't think anything should be off limits when it comes to you, so nothing should be off limits when it comes to them. And unfortunately for them, I'm stronger than them. Unfortunately for them, on an individual level, I'm stronger than them. So the odds aren't in their favor, okay? I'm stronger than them, and I'm smarter than them. So you should follow me, because I'm not leading you astray, okay? And on an individual level, not only do we outnumber these people, but we're stronger than them, okay? Not only do we outnumber these people that use the word lolcow, but we're stronger than them, and that's why they're very concerned with having privacy. These people that use the word lolcow are very concerned with having privacy, because we outnumber them and we're stronger than them. So that's why they know that if we ever find them, there will be no end to their suffering. And that's the way it should be. Look at what Ethan Klein did to them. Look at what Ethan Klein did to these people that have the word lolcow in their vocabulary. Ethan Klein's not even as strong as me. Imagine what we can do to you. Imagine what we can do to you. Imagine what we'll do to you when we find you. I mean, we're stronger than Ethan Klein, and there's more of us than there are of you. Just know that we find you. We find you all the time. Look at what Ethan Klein did to you. Look at iDubbbz. Just know that when we find you, we rip you to shreds. The same way that I rip you to shreds in VR boxing. You know how I've ripped you to shreds by the thousands in VR boxing? That's what we do to you when we find you. And we find you all the time. But I have done something. I have. That's why you're still here. You're still here because I have done something. And that's beat you by the thousands. So you can't say that I've done nothing. I've slapped all of you. I've slapped you up, down, all around. I've made you make cartoonish wobbling sound effects. I've smacked you so hard. I've smacked you so hard that you started waving and pulsating like a Foley sound effect. Alright, I've rung your bell about 2,000 times now. I've rung your bells about 2,000 times now, okay? I've punched through your head. I've punched through your lungs. I've punched through your kidneys. I've punched through your livers. I've punched your eyes out of their sockets. I've punched your nose off your faces. And that's why you don't want to spar me on stream, because you know it'll be worse than what happens to you in VR boxing. You know I'll beat every single one of you in sparring and boxing on stream in real life harder than I beat you in VR boxing. You know I'll maim You know I'll maim and disfigure you if you come and spar me in boxing on stream, the same way I maimed and disfigured you by the thousands in VR boxing, which is why you people with the word lolcow in your vocabulary aren't going to come spar me on stream, because you know that I've been slapping the hell out of you by the thousands in VR boxing on stream for literally hundreds of hours. So I actually have done something, so you're wrong again. Many such cases, but you're not capable of holding your L's. Just like you're not capable of avoiding the rage bait. You're not capable of avoiding the rage bait, just like you're not capable of holding your L's, of which there's thousands. Of which there's thousands of L's. You're not capable of holding your L's, just like you're not capable of holding your hands up and blocking punches in VR boxing, which is why I've rung your bells by the thousands, which is why you're afraid of sparring me on stream in real life, because you know it'll go just as bad for you as it did in VR boxing, which is the only thing you have the courage to face me in. The only thing you have the courage to face me in is VR boxing, because you don't have the courage to face me in actual boxing sparring on stream, because you're cowards, which is why the people that are a part of your death cult need to defect to my side, because I'm the actual voice of reason here that believes in fairness and common decency, and you're the heathenous, weak buffoons that can't even hold your hands up long enough to block a punch in VR boxing, because you're so fat and weak-minded and spiritually weak that you can't hold your fat arms up long enough to block punches in VR boxing, because you're so physically, mentally, and spiritually weak that you can't even face me in VR boxing right. The people with the word lolcow in their vocabulary need to continue to be smacked by the millions. We need to smack each and every person that has the word lolcow in their vocabulary, because these people have caused the death of comedy as we know it. These people with the word lolcow in their vocabulary are a poison and a plague on society and comedy and culture. People with the word lolcow in their vocabulary hate people with talent, which is why they don't show me, the best VR boxer in the world, the respect I deserve. I am not leading you astray. These people with the word lolcow in their vocabulary are trying to cause a sociological purity spiral, and it's not too late to shut them up. We just need to smack each and every one of them. We just need to smack each and every one of them with the word lolcow in their vocabulary. And there's more of us than there are them. We are stronger than them, and there are more of us than there are them. We have the power to, and the coordination ability to slap each and every individual person on planet Earth that uses the word lolcow. We can slap them and their wives and their sons and daughters. Slap your neighbor that uses the word lolcow today. Slap them right in their face. They're fat and weak. They won't do anything about it. Slap them right in their face. They're fat and weak. They won't do anything about it. They're too stupid to block it. They're too stupid to block it. They can't lift their stupid arms up to block the slap because they're dumb. Slap them in their stupid faces. They won't do anything about it. They're too busy breathing out of their mouths and licking windows to get out of the way of the slap. They won't do anything to you. Slap your neighbor that uses the word lolcow today. They're too dumb to move their dumb head out of the way. I can promise you they're too stupid to do anything about it. Slap your neighbor that uses the word lolcow today. They won't do anything about it. Slap them right in their jaw. They're too slow to get out of the way of it.